Hi, welcome to the video. So here I've got a little timeline of how I arrived at my final image here, which is actually pretty simple. And so I just thought I'd talk you through it and explain the decisions that I made. So I'm using an app called Draw Things, which is an Apple Mac specific host for Stable Diffusion models and things like that. But if you're using whatever Comfy UI, or if you use like replicate.com online, many of the other ways in which you can use Flux Dev, then you'll still be able to follow along with this because I'll be using only the basic parameters that should be available to all. So if you are interested in this app, you have got an Apple Mac, it's free on the App Store, and I'll link in the description to a website, or a YouTube channel that's got some really great tutorials on how to get set up with the software. But anyway, off we go. So this is my first generation, just as a test, and this is my prompt. So very basic, nothing special. I just wanted to start out with something quite simple, an environmental portrait, a close-up environmental portrait. And I like to start simple with prompts and also settings, and then tweak them only enough as I need to get to where I want to go. There's no point in going in too complicated from the word go, because then when things aren't working for you, you've got way more sort of conflicts to try and untangle and try and figure out what to change. So this is my advice, is to start simple. So I like the look of this. It's definitely a good starting point, but I felt that it needed to really have a lower guidance number. So if I go down here as my standard my own personal standard setting, I like to start with the guidance number of 3 and 35 steps, just pretty simple. So for the next image, for the next batch, I dropped the guidance number down to 2.5, well it's 2.4 actually, and I added something to the prompt up here. So I added, if I click between them, you'll see it's changed, and I've added the word furrowed brow to give him a more of an facial expression, so it wasn't such a blank expression. And dirt and sweat on the skin I've added to just try and get a bit more of that gritty, a bit more detail into it. So I'm adding this on. So that was done in a batch of 3, so around 3 images with that same change. And there's the second one, and there's the third one. And I thought, yeah, these are okay. They're looking a little bit generic though. So what I'd probably like to do now is just add a bit of colour in there, some colour intent. So I'm thinking, there's an orange hard hat. What's a good colour that goes with orange? Well, a good contrasting colour, and it's cliched and well overdone in sort of video film processing, but it's orange and teal, a really good colour combo. So I decided to try and introduce teal into the shot just by his clothes. So I reran the prompt with another 3 images, but I've added a weathered teal jacket to the prompt. So now, just by changing his clothes, I'm bringing in that colour balance, or that colour combination that works well with orange. So again, I did another 2 more with exactly the same, just to see a bit of variety on that. So I'm kind of liking these here. Oh, I did add something to the end as well. I put dynamic, interesting pose and composition, just to try and shake it away from the guy in the middle staring directly at the camera. Now, that particular part of it didn't really work very well, which is not surprised, because Flux doesn't really get on well with these kind of generic descriptions like that. You either have to be more specific, and having the guidance number so low probably doesn't help. But I addressed that in the next one. So I also added wear and tear to the hat. I think worn orange hard hat, just to get some more little chips of paint and dirt and things on there. So then, okay, my next change, which actually ended up being my final change on this particular image, was, click on there, I lowered the guidance again from 2.4 to 1.6 to really try and shake off that Flux look, that Flux like plasticky skin, generic model look. So we've taken that right down, and I have changed the end, so to be a little bit more specific about the composition, he is to the side of the frame facing away from the viewer. Now, if that hadn't worked, I could go down the route of doing control nets and sort of depth and canny and stuff like that, but I didn't feel like I needed to on this. So this is looking way better all of a sudden. It's got, he's at the side. I mean, he's facing away, but his eyes are in contact with the sort of viewer's eyes, so I don't mind that. That's nice and good texture. This was just the second one from the batch. Wasn't very keen on that one, But this third one is the one that I ended up landing on as my favourite. Now, I love this because I like the composition. I like all the texture and the beard. It looks great. It's to my eyes anyway. It's lost that kind of stereotypical Flux look because we've gone so low on the guidance number. Is the main reason for that. It's looking a little bit muted, which I don't mind for this. But if that does bother you, you can take it into a free photo editor, photop.com, and very easily adjust that yourself. The only things I'd do to this is remove this item hanging down next to his face. I don't know if it's like a stick in the background or like a strap hanging down or something, but that's a bit distracting to me, so I'd just quickly remove that. And I'd probably just adjust the crop a little bit just to crop in slightly and get rid of some of this dead space on the right hand side. And I was happy with that. So we've gone from that, which is, it's still a reasonable image, but it's nothing special. And with some tweaks, very simple prompt tweaks and tweaks mostly to the text guidance value, we've knocked it down to something that is a lot more, just has a lot more character and personality to it as far as I'm concerned, and just looks generally like a higher detailed, higher quality image.